Hi, good evening, everyone. Hello. Hello, Dhanashree ji. Hello, Rashmi ji. Hello, Ramesh ji. Thank you for joining. Hi. Yeah. So, let's start the session. I am Pritha, nutritionist from Daily Bloom IBS team. Today, I will be, uh, yeah, today I will be talking about the impact of functional foods and their roles for managing irritable bowel syndrome. Okay, so let's start the session. Moving on to the next slide. Yeah. So, what is IBS? So, irritable bowel syndrome or IBS is a chronic gastrointestinal disorder which is characterized by various symptoms, as you know, like gas, abdominal pain, bloating. There is altered bowel habits like constipation, diarrhea, or both. Some people feel like constipated, some people like they have diarrhea, loose motions, and some people have a mixed. So it affects millions of people worldwide and can significantly impact quality of life. In India, the prevalence rate is quite high, which is 4.2 to 7.5 percentage. So, why it is important? Because understanding the dietary approaches, particularly the functional foods, it helps to manage the IBS symptoms effectively. So now we will moving on to the next slide. Okay, so before knowing about the roles of various functional foods that I will be coming and covering with you all. Before that, let's talk about a brief of IBS. There are these are the types of IBS as you can see in the screen. There's IBS-C, which is constipation, IBS-D, which is diarrhea, and IBS-M, which is a mix of both. And as you can see, what are the triggering factors for this IBS? There is the modifications in the gut microbiome. Our gut microbiome or our gut health gets deteriorated, it gets inflamed. Apart from that, other triggers like our gut brain axis, various depressions, anxiety, that also triggers this IBS. Along with that, there is when there is a disbalance in our gut microbiota or gut dysbiosis, where there is an overgrowth of a particular forms of bacteria. So this can like trigger this IBS, and also some food intolerance. And what are the symptoms that we can see in this IBS? That is the distension, bloating, gas. There is modifications of bowel habits as well as abdominal pain. Moving on to the next slide. Now, coming to the main focus of today's webinar, which is the functional foods. Now, what are these functional foods? Functional foods are the type of foods that provides health benefits which is beyond बेसिक न्यूट्रिशन. डाइट तो हम सब करते हैं, पर उसके साथ साथ अगर हम कुछ इनकॉर्पोरेट करते हैं लाइक फंक्शनल फूड्स, फॉर एग्जांपल दे आर द बायोएक्टिव कंपाउंड्स दैट मे पॉजिटिवली influence our health and reduce the risk of IBS. What are those? Common examples include probiotics, prebiotics, fiber rich foods, omega 3 fatty acids, herbs and spices, and various vitamins and minerals. These are the different types of functional foods. Okay, next slide, please. Now, coming on to the probiotics, how probiotics affect our gut health. So, probiotics are the life microorganisms that we know that can confer health benefits, particularly our gut health, our gut microbiota. They help to restore our balance of the gut flora, as I have mentioned, the balance between the different gut bacteria, the beneficial bacteria, and also alleviate IBS symptoms like bloating and irregular bowel habits. Now, common sources include lactose-free yogurt, fermented foods like tofu, kefir. Okay, so next coming to prebiotics. So prebiotics are the uh, substances, or we can say they are the non-digestible fibers that actually promote the growth of our beneficial gut bacteria. So some of the prebiotics as we give to all our patients are like bananas, kiwi, berries, oats, almonds, walnuts, some seeds like chia seeds, flax seeds. So incorporating this prebiotics into the diet can enhance the effectiveness of probiotics, because once we give the probiotics, we have to feed them. So feeding the gut bacteria comes from the prebiotics. And as you can see from the uh, picture, there are the several benefits of the prebiotics, which includes like enhance the digestive health, increase the short chain fatty acid, helps to restore the bacteria balance, and more. Next slide, please. Okay. Now, another functional food which helps to manage IBS is the fiber, as you all know. So, there are two kinds of fiber mainly. One is the soluble fiber and one is the insoluble fiber. So, soluble fiber are like oats, quinoa, then nuts, chia seeds, which regulate mainly the bowel movement. Especially, it relieves diarrhea and helps to slows down the digestion, and hence beneficial for long-term IBS treatment. Another form of fiber is the insoluble fiber, okay, which mainly we give to promote our gut motility, especially for the patients who experience constipations, hard stools. Okay, so to add the bulk in the stool, it acts as a laxative. Examples include like whole grains, ragi, jowar, green leafy vegetables, etc. Okay, next slide. Now, this slide depicts the omega-3 fatty acids that are also one of the major functional foods and helps to prevent the inflammations. There are many patients that come like with ulcers. There is inflamed stomach ulcers, and there is an erosion in the lining of the stomach. So for them, omega-3 fatty acids acts very beneficial. So it is found in fishes like seeds like flax seeds, also in walnuts, and these all have some anti-inflammatory properties. How? Because they help to reduce the gut inflammation, overall helps in the digestion. Also, it is beneficial for those who are suffering with IBS and have facing cramping or burning sensations after eating any kinds of food. So this is a functional food that helps to prevent the inflammation. Okay, moving on to the next, which is very important, like we give to each and every one, is the decoction drinks. Now, what are these decoction drinks? They are like the beverages, we can say, with added some with extracted flavors and nutrients, which we take from different herbs, roots, and spices. And we can make this type of decoction drinks through boiling. Now, these are rich in bioactive compounds and have beneficial effects, enhances the solubility and also the bioavailability and absorption of various other foods. Now, coming to different forms of decoction drinks, the key ingredients and their effects. So some of the common ingredients that we recommend to like all, like ginger, peppermint, fennel, there is chamomile, and each of them have definite role in like digestion, in metabolism, in boosting up the immunity as well, and also helps to heal our gut. Okay, so it improves like different for example, if we give a ginger tea, or we can give mint ginger water, so that also reduces the nausea. The like peppermint tea is renowned for its antispasmodic effects, like this. Along with that, there are some other spices like fennel, methi, coriander, mint, and chamomile, which helps to relax the digestive tract and reduce bloating. Next slide. Yeah. Now coming to the role of herbs in IBS management. So mainly why we give this type of herbs like peppermint, chamomile, fennel, we give them to relieve our IBS symptoms, and also to relieve our abdominal pain and to boost our metabolism. Like some people feels gas, and you can take this type of water in the early morning, or you can also take that before bedtime, as this soothes our overall like the immunity and also our metabolism. It helps to easy digestion also. Now next, There are also beneficial effects of spices. For example, if I have to particularly say about like turmeric contains curcumin, which isn't like, like we give turmeric as an antiseptic also, so that is also decrease our inflammation. It has antioxidant properties as well, because some of the like reactive oxidation species come to our gut, and they helps in the, like they gives the makes the oxidations or the stress. So for that we give the turmeric milk, or sometimes the water, turmeric ginger water, because they have anti-inflammatory properties. And also say they reduce nausea and improve the digestive functions. Next slide please. Now what are the mechanism why we give this type of decoction drinks to our patients? Because first of all, they helps in the detoxifications of the liver, which in turn helps in the metabolism, boost up the functions of different organs, and also our digestion also. Apart from this, these bioactive compounds interact with the gut microbiome. As I have said in the introduction, like there is a disbalance in the IBS, there's a disbalance in the gut microbiota, so these helps in like interact with the gut microbiome to promote a balanced intestinal environment. Apart from that, it enhances our different digestive enzymes which are secreted by our stomach or intestines. They enhance their activity by improving the nutrient absorptions and also our gut motility. Apart from that, the modulation of the gut brain signaling or the gut brain axis is also positively influenced by this type of decoction drinks. Next slide. Now these are all the functional foods that I have gone through. Now coming on to the FODMAP diet, like here in this IBS journey, we treat everyone by a low FODMAP diet. So what does a FODMAP means? Just in chunks, like if for fermentable O oligosaccharides, D stands for disaccharide, M monosaccharides, and polyols. And here we treat everyone by three phases. So there are three phases of low FODMAPs that you can see in the picture. The first one is the elimination phase, where all the high FODMAP foods that mainly trigger our symptoms, we eliminate or substitute that with the low FODMAP ones. Okay. For example, like the high FODMAPs, the wheat products, the milk, then onion, garlic, that are substituted by the low FODMAP. For example, like the rice-based meals, like lactose-free milk. Okay. And then after that, there is the next phase, which is the FODMAP reintroduction, where we reintroduce some high FODMAP foods in order to check the tolerance, how the person is tolerating that. And after we check the tolerance, we get to know that how, what is the trigger, or what is the safe ingredients or portion. And then as per that, we design a customized diet plan for the individual. So this is the phases. Next slide. Now, not only diet 100% plays a role, but there are some of the other factors also that plays a very important role in managing IBS. One of them is hydration. So you have to be properly hydrated, because they're for your optimal digestive functions, and also to prevent constipations and to support our gut health, to gut if you can have water in different forms, not only like any just the clear forms, ऐसे हम वाटर को चेंज करके इन डिफरेंट फॉर्म्स हम ले सकते हैं. फॉर एग्जांपल लाइक वी कैन टेक इट एट एज हर्बल टी, we can take in the form of clear broths, or we can take in the form of detox water as well. So water is very much important. Okay, next thing that we will be coming across is the lifestyle modification. So diet, apart from like diet, these are the factors which needs to be modified in your like lifestyle. So first is the water, and then comes the lifestyle modification, which involves like not only like the dietary changes, but also physical activity. You have to be like physically active. You have to do a work or exercise or yoga daily, be it some breathing exercise, be it any other things, to improve your gut motility, and also to reduce your stress. Stress is very important because it also triggers your IBS by secreting the stress hormones. So reduction of stress and anxiety also helps in or benefits the IBS symptoms. Apart from that, keeping a diary is very important so that you can note it down for your concern, like what are the personal triggers you are feeling, and also making your dietitian inform that what are the food choices that is safe for you according as per your concern. Next slide. So like coming to the end, we can say like a personalized approach to diet and functional foods is very much essential for the effective IBS management, and also consulting of healthcare professionals, be it a dietitian or nutritionist, can help you for your tailor-made customized dietary interventions. And apart from that, incorporating all the functional foods that I have mentioned here today's in this webinar, you can incorporate that in your daily choices, the lifestyle changes, and also it will improve the quality of life. So that is all from my end. Thank you everyone for joining today and for your patient listening. If you have any sort of queries, then you can ask me in the chat box. I will be like giving all the replies. If you have any queries, you can just post it in the chat box so that I can address your query. Yeah, I can see one question says having amla water. Yeah, amla is a good source of vitamin C, as you know. So it is a very important source of antioxidants also. So you can have amla. It is good for your IBS. Yeah. Okay. I get pain in stomach if I wear even light tight pants. Okay. So, which type of pain do you like feel when you are like, even though you have mentioned you even you are wearing light tight pants, also you are feeling a sensation of pain in your stomach. So, what kind of pain like that? Is it like an abdominal pain, lower abdominal pain, or upper abdominal pain? Yeah. Another question. I. Mm, yeah, important fiber rich foods, as I have mentioned, like soluble fiber, insoluble fibers are there. If you want to take soluble fiber, you can opt for oats, some seeds, and also if you wanted like to have some insoluble fiber, depending on your symptoms, obviously constipations में हम ज़्यादा तरीके से insoluble fibers देते हैं. You can have some whole like ragi, jwar, bajra, this type of millets you can have there. You can have some legumes, sprouts also there. These are the rich fiber sources. Mhm. Okay. Sure. So, see the small fishes you can take, because the oily fishes, they have a lot of oils. Also, some people finds is problem after taking that. So you can have this light small fish or sea fish. You can also have. Yeah. So insoluble fibers that I have mentioned now, like millets you can take. Apart from that, you can take some sprouts, seeds also. There are flax seeds. You can take that. Nothing new from a nutritionist diet. So Okay, so if there is some acid reflux, you can you have to first of all stay hydrated, and also like you have to be totally on a low FODMAP diet, and also some alkaline foods that your nutritionist will surely recommend you once you get a reach to her. You can take that. Wait a moment. Okay, so in that case, you can have other sources also, not only bajra, but you can also have some rice-based meals as well. If that suits you, and along with that, you can have soluble fiber like oats in your diet. Yeah, you can take coconut water depending on the potassium content of your body. You can have coconut water because it's a good source of hydration. Okay, so I think it's all for today. Thank you everyone for joining and patiently hearing. I hope this webinar makes like gives you some of the ideas that you can incorporate in your daily changes, daily life. Thank you so much for joining.